Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers recap, reaction, and analysis of the Pittsburgh Steelers' 23-9 win over the Cleveland Browns Sunday at Acrisure Stadium. Pittsburgh now 4-1 on the season in commanding lead of the division. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com, would really appreciate that. So Pittsburgh getting the victory wasn't pretty, was going to be one of those rock fights, physical AFC North games, two similar personalities, Pittsburgh and Cleveland, but the experience that Pittsburgh has won out over the Browns youth, starting with the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. A really good game, top to bottom. Allow 9 points, 3 field goals, 6 sacks at Dillon Gabriel, but where it began was stopping the run. That was the number one thing. You knew if you took away, to any significant degree, the Browns running game, it was going to be really hard for Cleveland to win this one on the backs of our rookie quarterback, his second year, albeit Gabriel older than most quarterbacks, ton of college experience, still asking a lot of him and the eligibles to throw to. There isn't a superstar receiver that can go out there and make plays. The Browns have a short, rhythmic, quick passing game in part to protect Dillon Gabriel, especially facing the Steelers pass rush. So take away the run, and Pittsburgh would be sitting pretty, and they certainly were overall. The Browns rushing for just 65 yards, 3.8 yards per carry, along at 12. And Judkins, the top runner for Cleveland, coming off a 100-yard game against Minnesota, just 12 carries, 36 yards, along a 6. The Browns never got that running game going, and that was really critical in this one. Put them behind the chains and did not allow the Browns to play their style and their brand of physical game. Just 17 runs, too, not even just the yards per carry, only 17 rushes compared to Pittsburgh's 28, although there's a bunch of kneel downs in there, but the balance is still in Pittsburgh's favor. Cleveland ran, I think, 75 plays in this one, so 17 runs out of that is not what they were looking for. It's what they got, and Pittsburgh's run defense was really good. The tackling was strong. Highsmith coming back, he set the edge. Patrick Queen is playing some of the best football, I will say the best football of his Steelers career, maybe the best of his NFL career, with just a great job getting downhill, tackling in space, being physical, really feeling himself in all the best ways right now. But a run defense is a team-wide stat. It's an 11-man job. All 11 men and all the guys that rotated in did a great job. And Pittsburgh took away the short passing game. Gabriel, 29 of 52, averaged 4.3 yards per attempt. There were a couple plays he was going to make them, underneath the Fannin, and Judy had a couple, and Njoku got hurt in this one, but nothing that did damage. The Browns did not have an explosive play until late in the fourth quarter. Fannin, there were a couple of missed tackles. DB tackling in open space, a little to be desired there. Slay, I thought, tackled well. Some other guys did not. Pittsburgh also having some injuries at cornerback, guys rotating in and out, but 6 sacks. The defense continues to dominate and play the way it was touted and expected to play. The first 2 weeks were bad. It's been progressively better since. I would say getting better literally every single game, from Patriots to Vikings and now to the Browns. The Browns certainly do not have anything resembling a great NFL offense, but you're supposed to dominate in these types of matchups, and it's always tough in division with a coaching staff like Cleveland's that knows Pittsburgh so well. I know that's a two-way street, but still, you never know what Stefanski can try to come up with. They had confidence in Gabriel, but I just thought Pittsburgh top to bottom made a ton of plays. Man, Jalen Ramsey, 2 sacks, just playing in this game is crazy enough, and I'm glad he's getting a lot of love from Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin post-game, because this dude had a hamstring injury in week 4. Doesn't miss a game. Yes, there was the bye, but still, you see Joey Porter got hurt in week 1 with a hamstring injury and then doesn't return until week 6. No shade on Porter. These are usually multi-week injuries, these soft tissue things. You don't want some, soft tissue injury to become a major issue that shelves you for half the season. So you're always cautious and careful and mindful of that. But for Ramsey to get his body ready, I'm sure a ton of aggressive rehab behind the scenes. And then even with the Thursday game upcoming, choose to play. Now, they limited the snap count a little bit to be a little proactive, which is smart to do. But Ramsey, heck of a game, 2 sacks, the first of his football career, college or pro. You had Harmon picking up a sack. He's got 2 on the year. Herbig with 2. Watt, I think, had a half sack in this one. Just really strong play from the front. Pittsburgh's only blemish defensively, aside from Some penalties and offsides calls, 2 on Watt, 1 on Porter. A couple of dropped interceptions. Slay nearly had one, and then Queen tried to dive, and he couldn't come up with it. Thornhill had at least one, maybe two. Herbig had one. He tipped around to himself. 2 hands, Nick Herbig, but overall, really strong showing. The Steelers offense, I think they ran well, and on the surface, 28 carries for 100 yards doesn't look great. Now, there were, again, some of those kneel downs in there, but it was going to be tough sledding against Cleveland. That's a good front, number 1 run defense in the NFL entering today and probably still exiting today, I would imagine. And Pittsburgh kept the pile going forward. The Browns' pile offensively did not, and that was a real tone setter element of this game. This was a Jaylen Warren game he's built for AFC North football. He's physical, he's downhill, he's energy, he runs into the fire, and you appreciate that. He's going to create some yards and get yards after contact, and that was needed in a game like this. So the top line stats, 11 carries, 52 yards, long of 11, not much action in the pass game. Doesn't look great, but I think he had a really good game. He had the key cut block on the front side and on that boot that Rodgers had. Connor Hayward, a really nice touchdown, good coordination there on a scramble drill. Pittsburgh's had some issues in the scramble drill this year in the end zone. Not there. That was a great play, but Warren, his kind of game, a lot of fun to watch. Rodgers was shaky. The accuracy wasn't great. Missed Darnell Washington high early in the game. Underthrew Metcalf badly on what should have been a touchdown, but hit him on a sluggo late in the game and then found Hayward on that scramble drill. So protect the football, make some plays. 21 of 30 for 235, 2 touchdowns, no picks, no sacks. I mean, you got to talk about taking away Myles Garrett. That's obviously paramount when you're facing the Browns. It's priority number 1, and they did. Garrett, quiet as a church mouse, 2 tackles, both unassisted, no quarterback hits, no pressures. Maybe a pressure. I don't know what the stats show on that, but no sacks, no real impact on this one. Pittsburgh being able to stay on schedule, be efficient enough with the run game. And that was important, a good plan. Broderick Jones also playing well in some moments. Rodgers getting the ball out quickly. All those things get put into a casserole to stop somebody like Myles Garrett. But not just Garrett, the whole Browns pass rush is really talented. And overall, they were subdued and quiet in this game. Some other odds and ends, Pittsburgh winning the time of possession battle for the first time all season, so happy to see that, even though Cleveland still outsnapped them. 75-58 is the official tally there. Pittsburgh in control of this one throughout, playing with a lead, not letting Cleveland get back in this one, shutting the door late. Any other thoughts? Receivers not getting super involved. Oh, Darnell Washington. How can you not talk about Darnell Washington, the 36-yarder on the first play of the game? That was a great call by Arthur Smith. Washington, 3 first downs. Hayward's touchdown. Jonnu Smith had, I think, 2 first downs, a catch, and a rush. Freiermuth, quiet, not a lot of snaps. Pretty much expected. You got to bring in your big people. A lot of reporting eligible today on both sides. Cleveland and Pittsburgh using that 6th offensive lineman quite a bit, but we'll see in week 7. I think week 7 is kind of your litmus test for Freiermuth. What's going on here? He's always played well against Cincinnati. I know they're a 4-3 team. You'll bring in some big people for that, but Freiermuth has always had success against the Bengals. We'll see if it comes on Thursday. Roman Wilson, just 1 catch. Didn't have to really throw a lot downfield today, so you figured he wasn't going to get a ton of targets, but at least had a reception and a first down. Special teams, Chris Boswell, 3 field goals. It felt like one of those games that would be 15-3 or 15-9. Ultimately got some touchdowns in the second half. The miss from Boz, not his fault. Slipping the field was in pretty poor shape today. Aaron Rodgers talked about that postgame. Unfortunately, the big injury, Miles Killebrew, right knee, does not look good. Mike Tomlin called it significant. Torn ACL, he didn't say that, but that feels like what's going to happen to Killebrew, which really sucks. He's a free agent after this year, 4-time special teams captain, so that's a notable loss, assuming he's not going to come back this year. We'll get confirmation on that, I'm sure, in the next 24 to 48 hours. And then just got to mention Keyshawn Williams, the rookie returner, that 47-yard run back, unfortunately negated by the Peppers penalty. It is the right call. I know it's so ticky-tack and it's so borderline. I thought Peppers did all he could, but he's blocking backwards to a player that goes backwards. They're going to flag that every time. It's letter of the law, unfortunately. But Williams looked good. We'll see if what he does against the Bengals. I assume Calvin Austin will not get back by then, and Williams will hold on to that job, on the punt return job and kick return job, opposite Gainwell, for at least one more game. So those are my initial thoughts. A lot more to go into. Dave and I will talk about that on the podcast Monday morning. Go check that out. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and Check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.